Yes, God could easily walk away from all of humanity left on earth. All those people, why? Because they all rejected him. That's why they got left behind. All those people that went to church, they might have looked like good church people, but guess what? They were rejecting the truth of God's word. That's why they were left behind after the rapture. And for all those that are left behind, they're there because they rejected Jesus, either openly or they rejected the truth of his word. But God doesn't just walk away from them. He gives them yet another chance. Verse 14, the gospel will be preached on the whole world. Listen, the gospel is being preached in the whole world right now through radio, the internet. The whole world is hearing the truth right now. But he will preach it again during the tribulation period. Now, how is this going to happen? Because all of us Christians, we're all out of here. We're gone. We're history. We're like a feather in a whirlwind. We're in heaven, okay? So how's the gospel going to be preached? Well, we're told in Romans 11:25 that when the fullness of the Gentiles come in, that's when the last of the Gentiles that have an ear to hear the good shepherd, when that happens, we will be raptured and we will be taken away. And that's when the eyes of the Jewish people, God's chosen people, will be opened because their eyes have been closed because they rejected Jesus as the Messiah. But now their eyes will be opened, and there will be a massive revival in Israel. Listen, there's a lot of Jews that are what we call Messianic Jews. They've received Christ as their Messiah, and those Jews will be taken up with the rapture with all of us. So they'll all be in heaven. But this is the Jews in Israel. Their eyes will be opened amongst God's chosen people. And we're told in Revelation chapter 7 that 144,000 Jews, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel, will be preaching the gospel of Jesus. Now, some of those could be here on the west side. They could be all over the world. They'll go back to Israel. Get this, they will be trained by who other than who I believe is Moses and Elijah, okay? And they will go throughout the known world to every nation, and they will be preaching the gospel of Jesus during the first half of the tribulation period. Again, to all those people who rejected Jesus. Now, God doesn't have to do that, but he is, because he's loving and he's kind. And now they're going to be faced with the Antichrist. The Antichrist. And there's going to be a one world government that's ruling the world. Get that. There hasn't been one of those since Rome was the last world governing empire. But the Antichrist will pull the whole world together. Well, how's he going to do that? Well, think about it. When the rapture happens, and I don't know how many people are true believers in the world today, but let's just say it's 600, 800 million people around the world that have made commitments to Christ, that are truly following, because Jesus is in every corner of the world. He's on every continent. He's in every city, every village, everywhere. And so when the rapture happens, at that 1 second, we're taken away. So all of a sudden, the world is in complete disarray. The world doesn't like, what's happened? Of course, they'll blame it. The fake news will mislead people. That's why you're seeing all these sightings of UFOs now. They'll say, oh, yeah, there's UFOs. We're being attacked by another force from another planet, So the Antichrist will rise up, and he will bring a peace to the world because, again, he's going to pull everyone together. Now, this is what the modern day globalists are seeking for right now. We have all these guys like Soros that are trying to bring the demise of our own country and what have you, because the globalists, they want to see a one world government with a one world money. Okay, and that's where we're headed. That's exactly what the Bible says will happen. They want to see it because they have their wares that they're selling, and they want to have their marketplace not just be the United States. They want it to be the whole world. Okay, so again, now according to Revelation 13, there will be a cashless society. So there's going to be a completely cashless society. So no more yen, no more dollars, no more pounds, no more euros, and all the different monies that are all around the world. No, it's going to be a completely cashless society. Now, this is already being implemented right under our nose right now. I mean, it's already heading that way. There's places here in Los Angeles that don't even take cash anymore. You're in there to buy something. Oh, I'm sorry, we only take credit card, debit card, Apple Pay, It's like this is already happening. In fact, the new Clippers stadium for the basketball, they just finished it off, $2 billion basketball arena down here right next to SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. It's called the Intuit Dome. That is now a cashless arena. You have to fill out a profile. You have to do all your stuff first because they will not take cash in that arena. This will fully happen in the tribulation period as the Antichrist, who is possessed by the devil himself, will make every human being take what the Bible calls, get this, the mark of the beast on his body. Okay? And no one will be able to buy or sell without this mark on their right hand or their forehead. Okay, so you won't be able to buy anything. So it's a cashless society. But it's no more credit cards, debit cards, or anything. You're going to have a number stamped on you. It's a 666 number in some other form, could be in a computer form, whatever, on your right hand or your forehead. So you'll still be able to do all your shopping on Amazon. Not us, because I'm not going to be here, and hopefully most of you won't be here either. But anyway, people can do all their shopping on Amazon, and so all your computers now all have cameras on them all right now anyway, so you can just scan your hand, scan your forehead, and just pay for it at the checkout. That's it. You just put all your things in the checkout, and then you just go there and you scan your hands. And so people say, oh, come on, Pastor, like a cashless society, you're going to have a mark on your hand. You can't buy or sell without, what alternate universe are you living on? Didn't we already get a taste of this? Like you're thinking, how could the whole world fall under that? The whole world's not going to fall under that. Yes, they are. It's like the Pied Piper. It's like, what did we learn from history? We learned nothing from history. What's going to happen? Think about what just happened during COVID. We had a dry run of it. We were told that you have to be vaccinated. But remember how it started? Oh, yes, you don't have to be vaccinated. It's just, this is available. People can have their own choice. Remember they were all saying that? Oh, it's up to them if they want to get vaccinated. It's going to be the same thing with the stamp on your right hand or your forehead. No, you don't have to take this. It's just for those who want it. It'll make it more convenient. And remember how they lied to us with the COVID vaccine. They said, well, you don't have to take it, but if you do take it, you can't catch COVID. And you can't transmit COVID to someone else, and you can't die of COVID, which, of course, was all deceptive lies. Because if you took the vaccine, you could still get COVID, you could still transmit COVID, and you could die of COVID. So it's like, what the heck are we taking this vaccine for? But do you remember when we did take it? Okay, which I didn't, by the way. But they said, at first it was like, you can take it if you want to. Then it was like, well, you should take it. Well, then it's like, well, you're kind of endangering other people if you don't take it. Then it was like, you have to take it. How many people right here were... their jobs told them they had to get vaccinated? I mean, I'm just wondering. Okay, so most of you, okay? It's like I was an LAPD chaplain, and they told me, you have to be vaccinated. And I said, no. I said, if you don't want me as a chaplain anymore, I'll get on my horse and ride on home. Because I don't have to be here. I volunteer. But it's like, I am not getting vaccinated. Here, let me underscore that. And no. What rhymes with yo and starts with N? No. And so what happened with me, because we weren't vaccinated, me and my wife couldn't eat at a restaurant in L.A. You can't come in here and eat because you're not vaccinated. See, we already had a dry run of it. This is what's going to happen. You can't buy or sell. You can't go to a restaurant. You can't buy groceries. You can't get medical attention. All of those things here. Yes, it will happen exactly like Revelation 13 says it will. And the plus side, because you're thinking like, well, how are they going to know you're going to take a mark of the beast? Well, they're not going to call it the mark of the beast, okay? They're going to say, oh, this is what we're doing. We're trying to pull all of humanity together here. Remember, 800 million people just got vacuum suctioned out of here in the rapture. So you have this world leader that's coming up and saying, we got to all pull together in a brotherhood with one another here. Now, what's some of the pros about it? No more credit card fraud. Think about that. Anyone ever had their credit card hijacked? I have. Okay, so all of a sudden, they got your number. They're ringing up stuff on your credit card. Like, whoa, that's not me. I didn't buy that. Okay, so credit card fraud is gone because someone can't just write the numbers down in your security code and the date and, your zip code. So all of a sudden, they can't do that anymore because the only way you can buy something if it's your hand being scanned or your forehead. So what, someone going to chop your hand off? Here, I got a hand. Is there any money in that? I can't hear. Let me get another hand, okay? So it's got to be your hand. So on the positive side, there's no more fraud, okay? And then, of course, anything else, that could happen, with our present day, financial system won't happen. And with the cashless society and the one world money and everything, this is, again, what the globalists want, because now wherever you go, it's all the same money. You go over to Europe, you don't have to exchange for any other kind of money. Now, again, we're already being conditioned for the cashless society because, again, how many of us really carry that much cash anymore? I mean, most people, everything's credit card, debit card, Apple Pay. So they're already conditioning us right now for this to happen. Yes, there will be a one world money, making it easy for manufacturers to do business globally. And again, this is why the globalists that are kind of running all the political politics.